Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to tune in. I appreciate it. I had to come on and film a really short video because I've just seen the news that FTD have announced a new book. Now, anyone that knows my channel knows I love my books, and this one looks a real cracker. So we're going to get a book called Elvis 57, The Final 50s Tours by Hanson. When I first saw it, my instinct reaction was, that's not a new book. I've got that. And in a way I have. So this was published in 2007, and this is Elvis, The Final 50s Tours, 1957 or 57 by Hanson. This is a fantastic book. It's just a beautifully written encapsulation of those final tours of the 50s in 57, just packed with interviews and information and research. But what it isn't is a picture book. There are some illustrations in it, but you know, they're only sort of introduced chapters. So I'll give you an example. Somewhere, see, they're so few and far between I can hardly get to them, but they introduce chapters, but this isn't a photo book. So my assumption from the blurb is that what FTD are going to do is make a photo book using the text of this. Now, this isn't the first time they've done this. When they released Rockin' Across Texas, that particular title, this particular title, had already been out before as Elvis in Texas, The Undiscovered King. So what they did was they took the text of that book by Stanley Oberst and they basically fleshed it out and made it, you know, a deluxe volume, much bigger and more detailed than the original one had been. And the original one was a great book. So, you know, they started with a good basis. So this isn't the first time that FTD have taken an existing book, taken the text from an existing book and basically supercharged it and made it, you know, the best of both worlds, a photo book and, you know, a text heavily researched book. Now, Hanson's got form on this as well. So Alan does quite a lot of writing for the elvishistoryblog.com that I've referred to before. And this is a book that was produced by Eric Lawrenson, Elvis the Movies, by Hanson. And what this was all the reviews and features and bits that Alan had written on Elvis movies turned into book form. So, you know, FTD have got history in taking something really good and, you know, supercharging it. Hanson's had that done to him before by Eric Lawrenson. So I think we're in for something special. Let's see what the blurb actually tells us. So, in 1957, Elvis Aaron Presley was still a one-man phenomenon with 6 titles on the charts, 1 movie to his credit and 2 movies soon to follow. But while he pursued his dream of becoming a Hollywood actor, the military draft threatened to shatter it, along with his wildly successful rock and roll career. Elvis couldn't resist the excitement he found performing on stage before swarms of shrieking teenage girls, and in the final year before he entered the US Army, he went back on the road for 3 short tours. Elvis 57 recalls that magical year when the King played to audiences a quarter of a million people strong, and controversy and pandemonium accompanied him wherever he went. So over 500 pages with more than 300 photos, many rare and unpublished. Plus we're going to be getting a compact 33 vinyl EP containing That's When Your Heartaches Begin, Tell Me Why, Peace in the Valley and I Believe. I think this one is going to be an absolute belter. It's interesting here because it says Alan Hanson turned to writing after 30 years as a public high school history teacher. He and his wife Christine have 2 daughters, Katie and Beth, and live in Spokane, Washington. Elvis 57's The Final 50 Tours is Hanson's first book. That's interesting. I mean, it was back in 2007, but that's a little bit misleading of you there, FTD, unless you're talking about that first one, but you don't appear to be because you're advertising the new one. So that's not quite true, because not only was this Alan Hanson's first book, but this was Alan Hanson's second book. So yeah, that's quite interesting. But you know, as it says, Alan Hanson takes us for a rollicking ride through 18 major cities in the United States and Canada. Elvis wore his famed gold lame suit, and 13 girls fainted in an effort to reach him. In Vancouver, British Columbia, thousands left their seats and rushed the stage, forcing him to abruptly end the show. Drawing on first-hand accounts from the disc jockeys on the front lines of Elvis's exploding career, and fans who attended the 57 concerts, Hanson sweeps you back to the years that forever changed the king of rock and roll. This is going to be a belter. Anyone who hasn't got this, you're in for a real treat if you get hold of the FTD one, because this is a brilliant read. And because we're going to get, what's it say, 300 photographs, many rare and unpublished, in a big hardback volume. Brilliant. And anyone that has got this knows how good it is and knows how good this book is likely to be. So price-wise, I'm guessing about the £100 mark, because it isn't one of the big sets. In fact, it doesn't talk about having any CDs with it, just the vinyl compact 33 EP. So yeah, when's it coming out? No idea. We haven't got a date so far, not that I know of. But FTD, when they announce books, the books usually come out fairly rapidly. So I'm thinking May, June, maybe. But anyway, that's it. Just a quick one. Thought I would come on and, you know, share my excitement. And I hope you're as excited as I am, because this is going to be a great one. Elvis 57, The Final 50 Tours. Brilliant. That's it for now. Hope you have a great week. Take care of yourselves. See you next time. Ta-da.
We'll meet you again. May God bless you. Adios.